Hi, I'm Daniel Andrews, owner and creator of the DAN Show, and welcome to my latest 2021 NFL mock draft video. Now today, I'm going to break down the trade between the Carolina Panthers and the New York Jets for quarterback Sam Darnold. In addition, I'm also going to reveal my revisited, updated mock draft up to pick 20. Tomorrow, I'm going to release the Indianapolis Colts video and what they're going to do with the 21st pick in the 2021 NFL Draft. So let's break down the trade. Carolina Panthers will receive quarterback Sam Darnold, and the New York Jets are going to get the 6th round pick. It's pick number 193. Now, the Carolina Panthers do have 3 6th round picks, but I believe the pick that they're giving to the Jets is going to be 193. And then they get the 2022 2nd and 4th round picks. Now, Sam Darnold is someone who I absolutely loved coming out of USC. He was my number one quarterback. And I think it's safe to say that I made a mistake. Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen easily are better. I think it's safe to say about Baker Mayfield as well. But there's massive upside with the former redshirt sophomore. I mean, he's going to be 24 when the season starts. And from a physical standpoint, he has everything you want. He has an above average arm, above average athleticism, good size. I believe everything from a physical standpoint is really good about Sam Darnold. The problems with him has been mental progressions, and part of that's been exaggerated mostly due to the comment people heard on Monday night, the I'm seeing ghosts comment when he was playing the Patriots on Monday Night Football. That really shouldn't have been aired in the first place, but that's a different topic for a different day. And I also think that the Jets organization and the lack of talent surrounding him really hurt him more than anything. I think allowing Darnold to go somewhere else and grow and develop is a really big win for Sam Darnold. I think he's very excited and happy to go to Carolina, a team that I think is currently being run better than the Jets have been over the last couple of years. New regime, that's a different story. Now, I really thought compensation for Darnold would be Carolina's 3rd round pick or a 2022 2nd. Instead, you get 3 draft picks, including a 2nd. And to me, this is a major win for the Jets because since the 2020 season was winding down, I knew the Jets were going to take a quarterback. This is what happens when the head coach is fired and you bring in a head coach and you have a top 5 pick. You take a quarterback. You're not going to keep the same guy. You want to get your own guy. That just makes sense. The only question was, were the Jets going to take Trevor Lawrence at 1 or whoever's left over at pick number 2? Now, they did finish 2nd, so they're not going to get Trevor Lawrence, but they're going to get the guy that they want at number 2. Now, again, I think it's a win for the Jets early on. However, if Sam Darnold becomes a top 10 quarterback or he's a Carolina Panthers starting quarterback for the next 10 years, which is very possible. He's going to be 24 when the season starts. So for him to spend the next decade in Carolina, that's a win for Carolina. But getting 3 picks for one player is really not a good trade at all. Usually you want to go 1 for 1 or even 2 draft picks might even have been extreme. Personally, I think a 2022 2nd would have been perfect. That would have been the perfect pick to make. But I, again, give kudos to the Jets for going ahead and getting 3 picks. Again, if Sam Darnold becomes a top 10 quarterback or he's there for the next decade, the compensation is well worth it. Now, originally, I had Carolina taking Mac Jones with the 8th pick in the draft. With this trade, this is how my mock draft works, picks 1 through 20. All right, if you can see here, you're looking at my original mock draft picks 1 through 20. And of course, first thing that should show up to you as a red flag is Mac Jones going number 8 to Carolina. That is going to be changed. Now, I really think that upon trading for Darnold, the best thing the Panthers could do here is trade down. I don't see them trying to pick in the top 10 anymore. I think that they're going to go ahead and trade down. But in my mock draft, there is no trade, so I'm going to make the pick for Carolina at 8. And there's a couple different players I could go with here, but I'm going to take Patrick Surtain too as the pick. Now, The main reason is 7 interceptions versus 28 touchdowns last year. Carolina could also use help with the pass rush, but with Surtain, I think you get somebody who could be a day one starter. And if he's not good enough to start, he will contribute on sub packages. That's just my opinion here. But again, I really think Carolina's interested after trading for Darnold and is to get out of the top 10 completely. Please note, if either Kyle Pitts or Jamar Chase is available, that's going to be the pick. However, in this mock draft, both these players are gone, so I'm going to go with Patrick Surtain as the Carolina Panthers pick. Now, originally, I had the Dallas Cowboys taking Patrick Surtain at 10, and I could see Dallas trading up. I would look for a 10-7 trade as a possibility here. I could see the Detroit Lions going ahead and trading down to 10 and Dallas leapfrogging Carolina so that they can get Surtain. Because I really think that the Dallas Cowboys are focusing Patrick Surtain. So if Carolina's still here at 8, don't be surprised if you see a 10-7 trade or maybe even a 10-8 trade, because I really think the Dallas Cowboys want Patrick Surtain, but I'm going to take Carolina with Surtain at 8, and the Dallas Cowboys at 10, they're going to take J.C. Horn. Now, Dallas could go pass rusher here, but in my opinion, Horn and Surtain opposite Trayvon Diggs become day one starter. So I don't care if it's either Horn or a Surtain. I think they'll be day one starters in the Dallas secondary. I personally believe that Dallas really wants Surtain, but there are no trades in my mock draft, so with Surtain gone, you take J.C. Horn, and he's a day one starter. Now, originally, I had Philly taking J.C. Horn at 12, so in this situation with Carolina taking Surtain, they mess up both Dallas and Philly. Kind of humorous to me, but probably not too humorous to either the Cowboys or the Eagles. So I think Philly at 12 takes Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. I'm probably butchering that. And here's the thing. If Philly trades down, I could see them taking a corner later in the first round, but there are no trades in my mock. So at 12, they're going to take JOK. And he provides good value here at 12. And if he's not a day one starter, he will help day one in sub packages. So I think this is a good pick for Philly. Now, in my mock draft, I have everything the same so far except for those 3 picks. Here's another change is Mac Jones finally gets chosen, and he'll go to New England at 15. Now, I fully expect New England to at least entertain a trade up, maybe even as high as 7 to Detroit to ensure that they get their guy. And I think Mac Jones going to England makes a lot of sense. Again, no trades in this mock draft, so you have to deal with Mac Jones going to New England at 15. The Raiders originally had JOK at 17, so now that he's not available, what will the Raiders do? And I got the Raiders at 17 taking Christian Barmore, the defensive tackle out of Alabama. The Raiders love taking players from Football Factory, so Alabama definitely fits the bill there. The Raiders need help on that defensive line, and Barmore's a guy with massive upside that would really help the Raiders out. Now, I think Barmore's better suited for a 3-4, not the cover 3 scheme that the Raiders are going to use going forward, but they need help on that defensive line. I think he's the best available defensive tackle for the Raiders here. And even though he's a bigger body, which is a little different than what the Raiders want to do, I think this will be a massive upgrade and a really good draft pick for the Raiders. So look, this concludes all my changes for my 2021 NFL mock draft for now. Tomorrow I am going to release my next video with the Colts and what they will do with the 21st pick in the 2021 NFL draft. So, hey, I will see you tomorrow.